Goals, objectives, are they one and the same? And should you use them interchangeably or do they mean different things? So, in this video, what I want to do is to kind of clear up the confusion or the misinterpretation that you might have about what is a goal and what is an objective. So when we look at, and you probably hear people say that, well, these are my goals and these are my objectives. And the way they say it seems like they are one and the same. But are they really? Well, that's what this video is about. And that's what I'd like to clarify for you. So when we talk about goals versus objectives, what I like you to think of is the following. Now, when we talk about a goal, essentially what we are talking about is an outcome, right? It's an outcome. Now, if you've seen in the previous videos, and if you have not reviewed the previous video, please go back and review them, right? And so in the previous video, we talk about goals are synonymous with outcomes. And when we say outcomes, essentially, we have two parts. One part is the adjective, and the other part is the noun. Now, we have also said that, living in it as just that it's good, but it's not good enough. So, what we want to do is we want to take it one step further by saying that that is the B part of the goal. But what you also want to be able to explicitly talked about it's what are the haves and do, right? And so once again, if you haven't reviewed the earlier videos, please go ahead and do that because it gives you greater clarity of what we're talking about here. Now, what about objectives? What are objectives? Now, the easiest way to think about what an objective is the following. What must the organization do in order to achieve its goals? So you have a set of goals, right? You have a set of goals and you want to achieve those goals. How are you going to get there? And how are you going to get there? How are you going to achieve those goals are essentially crafted in your objectives, right? So that is the way to think about it. Now, let me give you some examples here. An example here that I'd like to share with you is that you may have a staff goal like this. It says that the goal is to have an engaged staff who are innovative practitioners, right? Innovative practitioners. And so that would essentially kind of describe the goal of your staff. Now, how would you achieve that goal? And what you might want to see is that you might want to identify a series of staff objectives. And so the objectives would look like this, right? Develop in staff, the creative teaching strategies, right? If they're going to be innovative practitioners, first and foremost, they must be skilled in terms of creative teaching. And another objective could be, you want to encourage the widespread use of e-learning pedagogies, right? So that could be, you see that e-learning is a means to an end, and because of the widespread adoption of e-learning pedagogies, this could lead to more innovative way of learning or teaching for the students. And another objective could be, you want to design a safe environment to support innovative efforts of staff. So the environment that we're talking about here is that, you want to have a culture, you want to have a group of people, you want to have the systems and processes in place that is going to be able to support this innovative efforts of staff. And so all these objectives is going to help you reach that goal. So there are a few things I'd like you to do. Number one is that I'd like you to go back and look at your goals. And, are your goals written as objectives, but they're called goals? Or are your objective written as goals, but they're called objectives? So I'd like you to do, that review itself. And in addition to that, what I'd like you to do is to think about, if you have a goal, what are the strategies that you must have in order to help you achieve that goal. And we'll talk about that in a subsequent video. But let's do the review for now, and I will see you on the next one.